Welcome everyone to the new series. I guess every series that I start is going to be a new series on this channel. Um, but this series is going to be a Through the Ages series. So we're going to start in the 60s, move to the 70s, and then the 80s, and so on and so forth. And we're going to go through a whole harvest season like it is that year every time. Basically, each time it's going to be like it's 1969. So every piece of equipment that was made pre 1969 for the first one here uh, will be available to us. Obviously, there's some things that aren't going to be realistic because I couldn't find decent mods in time to start filming this, and I needed to start, or I wanted to start filming this now because supposed to get busy here for a little bit, so uh, that is what it is. But anyways, there's some things that aren't going to be as realistic as they should be, but they're going to be relatively close. So with that being said, this one's going to start in 1969, and then most of these tractors were made pre 1970, technically speaking. Then, um, and most of the equipment was So then we're gonna go through a harvest season. All we got is what you see around here. The first episode here is gonna be a tour of all that, and then we'll kind of go through. After that, we'll do some other things, starting with probably just jump right into planting season, and then we'll uh, start cutting hay for the cattle, and yeah. Anyways, I'll go ahead and get into the video. So I hope you enjoy. Welcome everyone. We're gonna start today off. We gotta water the cows a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and I'll just probably give you a tour of all the equipment. But first off, I gotta get the cows watered, and then we gotta check on feed. We're pretty low on feed. Or just hay. I'm low on hay, which is about all we feed right now. We ran out of corn in the middle of that our last winter, which last winter was very brutal on us. It was a harsh winter for us, so we're gonna go ahead and I'll get the cows watered, and we gotta get some water out of the well after I think the tank's full right now, so we'll go ahead and we got to refill at some point to water some of the cows in their little pastures over here. But we're going to go ahead and do that. And then I'll give you, like I said, I'll give you a tour of all the equipment that we have. And yeah, and I guess obviously we're going to get a tour back to the cattle barn. So that being said, let's go ahead and drive back there. We'll start with the wagons, and then I'll probably jump back in the tractor and we'll water the cows. But first off, we got these two Parkers. They're both 250 bushel wagons, and yeah, brand new right now. Just got them from the dealership. Then we got these two Kilbro wagons, brand new as well. Just got them from the dealership as well. They work a lot better with our auger setup for the bins. Than the dump trailer that we got, or the dump deck that we got on our old Chevy pickup that we got over that I'll show you in a minute too. But then we got the bale trailers. We got a thrower on our baler now, so it throws it up into here. But we still have the old hay rack because every once in a while we'll take the old thrower off, and we'll just stack them nicely on here, because then we can store it in the barn here with the rest of the bales, rather than having to just dump them out of the trailer. So here's the well that I was talking about. This feeds all the water into the cow barn and into the well, actually we take it and put it in the tank, and then bring it over to the pastures over there. We got the manure spreader and the slurry spreader. pretty essential. Most of our fertilizer is put on as manure. Okay, here in our main cattle barn where we have our calving and stuff, calving set up and stuff, we got our two rakes. One does a little bit better job at just kind of turning it over. I think in Europe they call it tedding it, which we don't do much here, but one does a little bit better job. I think that's this one by the looks of it. Does a better job of just flipping it over, while this one makes it into a nice windrow for us. They're ground driven, both of them are ground driven, and then we need the windrow to make it into nice lines. So this lovely baler here makes us nice small square bales that as you can see, it's got the thrower on the back. It'll throw it into the trailer. And yeah, they got these sounds like they got new balers coming out. They make them round bales instead, but I kind of like the squares because they stack nicer. So maybe we'll get some round bales, because I hear you can do a lot more capacity with the small round, or with the big round bales instead of these small squares. So then you take up less room, you know. But we'll see. See what time leads us down. What path time leads us down. That's what I was trying to say. So I guess now I'll take you back over to the 4020, and we will go ahead and start watering cows. Oh, I guess I could show you back here where our cattle are at. Yeah, so there's 25 head in here right now. But there should be, because we just took most of the calves off. We sold 15 of the calves a couple of weeks ago, and then we kept 10 for us to raise, feed out. Some of them we're gonna have butchered for ourselves, and then the rest we'll sell to either neighbors or just to the local butcher shop. So but yeah, there's 25 here. As you can see, they got a nice little pasture area to wander around, and then we usually try to lock them up inside at night so they don't have any predators to deal with, and also don't have to deal with any inclement weather that comes up. So we'll wander over to the 4020, and then I will show you guys our two little pastures for our calves, and then the bins. Alright guys, we jumped in the 4020 now. We're going to drive up here to the water trough. It's the first trough here on both of them, thankfully. So we'll go ahead and pull up next to them, and then kind of back up, because this has a back unload on it. And then start refilling their water. Yeah, you can see the water trough there. But yeah, like I said, we got 5 in here. This thing could hold 15 if I wanted to, but I usually try not to fill them up too much here. Looks like it's full, so we'll go ahead and drive up to the other one. That's getting a little rough. I need to do some dirt work on that. Yeah, there's 5 more here. Like I said. But yeah, these are good cows here. They're nice, easy ones. I crawl in there, but I don't need to stress them out any more than they already are being here. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and jump on over to the bins. I think these are both 4,000 bushel bins, these two, or maybe 5,000. Not 100% positive. We don't always, I don't know if we've ever in my lifetime filled these all the way up to the peak. So that is what it is. But we usually we use one for oats, one for soybeans. Then this one holds 7,000 bushels, and this is the one that we usually use for corn. And then we got our 2 augers over here. We got our short little one for unloading, and then obviously the big one for loading it. So I'll go ahead and jump back in the 4020, and we'll drive around and I will show you guys all the other equipment. Okay, so coming just right out of the corn crib, we got our drill. We use this to drill our oats and our alfalfa and grass. Sometimes we've planted wheat a couple times. I don't know if we'll keep planting wheat. It's kind of corn's getting the yields a lot more, and we can usually grow more of it. Or obviously, we can grow more of it if it yields more, but we can. It's a little bit easier to maintain than wheat is sometimes. But yeah, then obviously here's our corn planter. Sometimes we plant soybeans with it, but usually we've been drilling it because it doesn't really make much of a difference. You're planting the same amount either way, and this is just a little bit narrower, which helps maintain the weeds a little bit better than the 30-inch spacings that our corn planter's on. So I'll just wander over here. Here's our old corn bin, ear corn bin. That's what I was looking for. The word I was looking for. So first up, we got our disc here. It's 20 foot, and the only tractor that we that can pull it, I'll show you here in a minute. Actually, we only have one tractor that can pull most of our tillage equipment. It's a 20-foot International Harvester disc that we got a couple of years ago. But yeah, it was the first time they put hydraulics on it as a hydraulic raise. Because now a tractor can pull it, and they use hydraulics to raise it up, so then we don't have to get out and try to use the springs to fold it up. So next up, we'll just walk over here to our cultivator, another International tillage equipment piece. This is 20 foot wide. Again, like I said a minute ago, only one tractor can pull all of our tillage equipments, and I'll show you that. Like I said, they are 20 foot wide. I think. No, actually take that back. I don't think it's 20 foot wide. Actually, it might be. Don't quote me on that. It might be 20 foot wide. Pretty sure. Anyways, we got our minimum till Alice Chalmers 1500 Ripper. We used to moldboard plow everything, but now trying to do a little bit less tillage, and this just kind of breaks up the compaction layer. That's just about a foot or two down, or not 2 feet down, but like a foot down is what our goal is, to break up that compaction there. So then corn roots and soybean roots and oats and alfalfa can all grow a little bit better. So next up we have our rotary hoe here. Brand new to us, obviously. Look how beautiful it looks. It's all nice and shiny. We use this to, sometimes it kind of crusts up in the spring right after we plant, and we have to break up that crust with this, run over it pretty quick. You drive pretty quick going down the field, but you break up a lot of that crust. Then it also, when you're doing that, it also does some weeding for us too, which is what the next two things do. These are our row crop cultivators. They pick out all the weeds in between the rows. We got two of them because most of our tractors can pull it, but this is probably the most time-consuming thing during the summer. Usually you got to go over it about 3-4 times in corn, and once or twice, maybe 3 times in soybeans sometimes. Next up, we got our Chevy C50 series. Yeah, this has like a 150 bushel tank on the back, I think. Again, don't quote me on the numbers. I'm not great with the numbers. I don't remember it after I buy it, but she'll hold a little bit. Kind of helps us with harvest. We can build this up a little bit, but it also gives us the opportunity, unlike the tractors, where we can have 2 people in the cab and we can run back and forth if we need be. And this can also pull some extra things behind it too if we need to, like a stock trailer or a flatbed trailer. We don't have any flatbed trailers right now, but it could if we needed it to. So next up, we got our 1958 Apache. Um, yeah, we don't really, yeah. Probably thinking about trading that in the next couple of years, but you guys will see that in the videos when we do that. So, and then obviously here's the house. Um, yeah, I don't know what you guys want to know about that. Then we got our fuel trailer. We got our barn here. We used to keep cattle in here, but it kind of fell a little bit into disrepair. This barn was built in the 1800s, and we could probably keep cattle in it again someday, but we need some time to be able to fix it up, and lumber prices need to cheapen up a little bit for us, and then maybe we would. But yeah, next up we got our white 8600 combine. Brand new to us. We just got it this year. Before we did a lot of our combining with basically a gas version of this. This is a diesel version, but we had a gas one for about 5 years, and it burnt up. So we bought a new one of it because we liked it enough. But we'll probably have to trade this off in a couple of years too. You hear Case is coming out with this nice combine series called an axial flow. I don't really know what's going on there, but they said they should have it out sometime in the mid 70s. So we'll see. We'll wander around the side of the shed here. We got our bean header. We got our stock trailer. Obviously, guys, it's not historically accurate. This is one of the things I was talking about. But like I said, I have a bunch going on. Wanted to spend some time looking for a mod that would work as a retro style cattle hauler or stock trailer, but couldn't find one quick enough. Like I said, I could have spent more time, but I was trying to find a bunch of other mods that would work for this series in general, and I didn't think about finding one. And then I'm just trying to make this because if I don't make it now, I won't have enough videos videos edited and saved up to make it through the month consistently. Otherwise, it'll just have a bunch of random cuts, and I'm trying to keep on the Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday schedule for you guys. But yeah, anyways, back to the actual action here. So now we got our white, I believe this is a 120 head. It's 20-foot 20-foot platform head. I use it for oats and beans, and wheat when we used to harvest it. Don't obviously, like I said, we don't do much wheat anymore, but oats we use to feed the cattle too. So, and then we got an 8-row corn header. Our combine can barely handle it, but it does handle it. We don't go very fast, but it handles it enough. The only reason we got that is because we got the 8-row planter, and if you have us, we bought the planter before we bought the combine, and having the 8-row planter, it's just a lot better. Works a lot better because rows aren't perfectly aligned when they are in the field. So like when you have one planter pass right next to the next one, there sometimes isn't that perfect 30-inch width in between. Sometimes it could be 20 inches, sometimes it could be as wide as 40 inches for some reason, so that's why you have an 8-row. So then you take up the same amount of a pass as a planter pass is. Otherwise, it'd have to be like a 6-row, or you'd have to do a 4-row because then you could do half a planter pass. So anyways, I'm rambling about random things that you guys probably won't care about. So next we got our 4020, our second 4020. This one has the loader attachment on it, but it's just weighted on the front so we can use it for, I use this one mainly for manure hauling and cutting hay. And sometimes I use it for fertilizer spreading. We got our, so I guess since I pointed out fertilizer spreader here. and slash cedar. We can throw seed in here and throw it out. That's how we used to plant our oats and our alfalfa. We'd throw it out and then just go over it with a harrow, and that'd usually mix it in enough after you've already cultivated the field. So next up we got our sprayer. They have chemicals out now, or very like insecticide. Insecticides are very strong. They'll kill birds. They'll kill everything right now. But then there's herbicides, but they also just kill everything right now. So we try to be cautious with it. We mainly use this right now as an insecticide applier. So then we can, like I said, we can kill off the bugs, because right now grasshoppers and aphids will just eat up all of our crops right now. So we got to spray on that stuff sometimes. But yeah, here's our sycamore now. And then we got our Oliver. What's the number on it? 1855. This thing is the only tractor that can pull all of our tillage equipment. So that's why we have it. Otherwise, we would have gotten rid of this if the 4020s could both do it, but neither one could pull any of the tillage equipment, so we needed something with a little bit more horse, and the Oliver will pull it. So, alrighty, guys. Well, I think we'll call it for this one. Kind of just gave you the equipment tour. Next one will kind of give you a field tour, kind of not. I don't know. Realistically, the fields that we have are the ones across the road here, and then this field right over here, and then the one right on the other side of the house. So those are the only fields that we have right now, I guess. You can see there's that one, this one, and then there's like a grass field right at the end. But yeah, we'll just end the video here. Like I said, don't know if this is exactly realistic, but kind of can't be. It's video games, and you're trying to throw it back to the 1960s. I'll try to be as realistic as possible, I guess, like I always say. And we'll try to do it more of as a vlog style moving forward. But this is more just an intro to the series and the buildings. And yeah, so like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope you guys keep coming back. So yeah. Do the stuff you have to do below. Well, I guess you don't have to do it, obviously, but it helps out a lot. So just like, comment, subscribe. All of that helps out the channel. I mean, this subscribe thing takes you 5 seconds, and then it just notifies you in the little subscription tab on your phone whenever I post. I guess if it's a crappy enough video, you guys won't stay around. But I hope you do, so I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.